So friends, now that we finished the activity of the lesson, the meal, whatever, we have in between, we have intervals, we have breaks, what we call them breaks. We already mentioned this in the clip about the overview of the Congress, but we want to get a little bit more inside the break concept and to understand it. So first of all, in spirituality, like in the reality of bestowal, there is no break. There is no relaxing, like, I don't know, now I finished final correction, now I don't have to do anything. No. In spirituality, actually, what we call how do you call it? The total absolute relax, absolute reposing, מנוחה מוחלטת.
Complete rest.
Complete rest is not a rest, actually, but it's a constant increasing rate of bestowal. This is the complete rest as in the terms of spirituality. And in this Congress, we don't want to have even one slight moment vacant or void of thoughts of the friends, of thoughts of spirituality, of being in this. In this Congress at least, I don't want the ego to have even the slightest
The slot.
The slightest hole where he can penetrate. Crack, yeah, whatever. I don't want. I want in each and every moment in this Congress, including what we call breaks, to be in this paradigm, in this mindset, state of mind of connection, of bestowal, of whatever Rav gave us in the lesson, and also to utilize this break as a preparation for the next event. So how do I do it actually?
Breaks, it's kind of like in high school. That's where the real action starts, on the breaks. Meaning that, first of all, sometimes you need some time for yourself to absorb what I went through, there's a lot going on. I want to contemplate on it a bit. You could do that. Or, usually, people with points in their hearts, they're kind of strange in this world, so to speak, because you don't find many that really understand what you talk about. And a break is an opportunity to meet people, lots of people that are just like you, that have the same desire and same aspiration from different places in the world, from different cultures on the one hand. On the other hand, there are many times, you meet someone and he lives a street away from you. You suddenly discovered on the break. This is amazing. Never heard of that person before. So a break is, on the one hand, excellent time for socializing. On the other hand, it's time to, contemplate a bit on what we went through. And also, there are different activities going on the breaks. They're usually you can get all the info that you want about learning, about books, about all those things that you don't really have the time to get to during the rest of the Congress. So if I come to the break with the right state of mind, I'm really prepared for it, then like any other thing in this world, it serves as something beneficial for our spiritual advancement.
And one component of the break, as Ariel mentioned, these are the friends. And sometimes, my animal, my beast, my body, wants to relax, to repose, to just... and it's okay. Beer, coffee, tea, smoke, it's all great. Everyone will have to do it probably. Some will go to buy books. Rav Leitman actually is signing books in the breaks. And we also take a photo with Rav Leitman. Everyone wants one. You know that I don't have a photo with him?
You don't?
Today, no.
We'll have to fix that.
Yeah. You do it. But the most important thing is that you do it with your friends. So I'm gonna have a coffee. I'm timid in my character. I'm timid. It's hard for me to intermingle, to open, to talk. Hey, how are you? I'm introvert, more introvert-like character. But nevertheless, in congresses and in general, each and every one of us, regardless of his character, is doing just one effort to open himself up. If you're more introverted, you will see friends coming towards you, they will want to know you, to talk with you, to connect to you. This is what it's all about, connection. So just open your heart. Don't say, hey, I cannot now, I'm busy, I'm drinking coffee, sorry. Open your heart, yeah, just answer, just smile, and you will see that even through a smile, like in the workshop, this thing that you open yourself to the friend, it's enough to insert him inside your heart, to get a mutual feeling. And it's enough. You feel that there's this click, there is, how do you say it, like tick, connection. Yeah, we're connected. You will feel it. And it's wonderful. And I promise you, when you will begin to feel it, then you will run scurrying in all of the Congress just to connect to more and more and more people. This is the greatest joy. You're feeling all of your parts of your soul. So this is one thing, to intermingle, because there are components. One of the components in our relationship as friends, spiritually speaking, is first self-annulment, as we talked about it, of the ego, to make our connection much more important. And the second thing is, how you call it, integration, intermingling, many words. But I want to have this mutual feeling of our desire, a common desire, to create a mixture between our spiritual desires. I want to feel their desires as my own. I want that they would feel me, to create one common feeling of we. And from this we are getting into one. So the break, there will be maybe songs on the grass and, I don't know, connection games and many opportunities for us to connect. That's it. And I want to use each and every one of these moments. And to promise my little ego, don't worry, after the Congress I will get a rest, I will have a vacation, I promise him what he wants. But now, in this Congress, I want to utilize each and every moment. Last thing that I want to say about the breaks or the connection between a break and the next activity is being on time in the activity. And this is, I think, one of the most important things. To come on time, first of all, to the preparation for the lesson, it's the most important thing. Like whether it is gathering of friends, preparation, the lesson, I want to be on time. What is the reason for me to be on time for any activity? So if I'm late, so what happened? I always come to the movies, to the theater, sometimes late, so what?
First of all, what is the reason for being late? It is always the ego, which tells us, take another sip, take another smoke, it's okay, we have time, don't worry, they won't start. We have time, everything's cool, don't worry.
Just be with yourself.
Yeah, it's
Give
your
yourself
time.
a little bit.
You gave enough, it's your time. And it's the ego talking. Why is the ego talking? Because right there on the other side, there is Rav Lightman, that if you check it out, he's always a few minutes before time, always. And when the time comes, he already starts delivering that spiritual message. Now, if I have an opportunity of a lifetime to come to a Congress where there is a live Kabbalist, that through him comes light which reforms me, I want to use up each and every second of that Congress. I want to suck it up. And so whenever that ego says, don't worry about it, I say, right, we won't worry about it. After the Congress, you'll get things you can't imagine. We'll buy this and we'll buy that and we'll do things. And then the ego will say, okay, let's do it then. And then I go in, I take my seat, I'm on time with the rest of the friends. It gives an example to all the others. When they get an example from me of my importance towards spirituality, it comes back to me multiplied by 1,000,000 times. That's where I get my desire for spirituality from. That draws the upper light, that changes me, and hop, we're in spirituality in no time.
And you will be in your group of 10. These people are waiting for you. And not only that, but this example that I'm giving them, this desire, this overcoming that I'm putting in, this effort, this is all what spirituality is about, always to be above the ego. And when I'm giving this effort to them, and I'm coming and I'm sitting with all of them, and they see me, then this is our freedom of choice. This is the influence of environment. Because imagine that you're sitting and half of your 10 is just dropping in one by one with gaps of 2 minutes. And what are your thoughts? You think that even if you don't want, you think that, maybe this lesson is not so important if people are just so late to the lesson. But if you're coming, even in time, and you see all of the 9 people with you already sitting like this, you will feel ashamed. Whoa, this is my importance.
Very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. They're already there, ready, even if it's before the lesson. And you will receive such importance of the lesson, of the goal, of these friends, and it will affect you truly. So what we're trying to say is that the break is a very good time for intermingling with the friends, for preparation, and for getting in time for the next activity. If you do that, you will get all of the spiritual profits from the Congress guaranteed.